Okay, here's one right out of the test. Some of you guys may this may look familiar to you. Hopefully it does. Okay, so if you guys would please write this down. We're going to go over how to complete this. Give you guys a little bit of time here. Okay, hopefully that should have been enough time for you guys to copy this down quietly, productively, staying on task, not disrupting others when you're done. Alright, here we go. Let's figure this out. So, let's go through, read through what we need. So a supermarket sells 2 cans of ground coffee for $18.50. The cost of coffee varies directly with the number of cans. So there's a relationship here. How many do 5 cans of coffee cost? So how much do 5 cans of coffee cost? So, I need to figure out for 5 cans, I know the price of 2 cans, but I don't know the price of 1 can. I can't go from 2 to 5 easily by multiplying by integers. I have to figure out the price of a single can, and then from there figure out the price of 5 cans. So let's take our 1850. 18.50. And we're going to divide that by our 2 cans. Because we know that 2 of them cost 18.50. I know half of 18 is going to be 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Got nothing left over. Okay, then we drop down to 5. So decimals here stays there. So it's not there. 2 goes into 5 twice. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 left over. 2 into 10 goes into 5 times. So it's 925. And that is not your answer though. 925 is the cost for 1 can. Because we know the price for 2, we divided that in half, so by 2, we got 925. So we want to buy 5 cans of coffee. So to buy 5 cans of coffee, I need to take that number I just figured out, 925. That's the price per can. I'm going to multiply that by 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 14. 1. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 is 46. So 46, 45, we have 2 decimals here, 1, 2, so we need to bring this back 1, 2, and then there is our solution. So 46, and this one, 46, 45. That's just a terrible letters. Okay, 46, 45 was our final amount. That was the price for 5 cans of coffee. Okay, that should be enough time. Moving on. Okay, next part. This was not supposed to be hard at all. This was supposed to be the easy part of the test. Okay, that's taking an equation, stating the slope as well as the y-intercept for the graph of each equation. So, let's go ahead and make an equation here. Y equals 2x plus 10. This is our equation, and this is our formula for slope. Y equals mx plus b. All you have to do is line these up. Okay, and by lining up I mean that you have the equals line with the equals, the x's with the x's, and then the numbers with numbers at the end. Okay, that's what I mean by lining up. So now that these are lined up, what I'm looking for is slope equals, and I'm looking for y-intercept equals. Okay, so all I have to do is basically circle. Once I have it in this format, y equals mx plus b, m is your 2, So the slope is 2, and then your b is just positive 10. That's all you have to do. So many of you got that wrong. All you have to do is line them up. First number in front of the x is your slope. Second number there is your y-intercept. Sorry about that. Okay, continuing on. Let's do a new equation. Let's change it though. Let's do y minus 2x equals, and let's change that to 12. Move this up top because that's what we want to try to get it to equal. And currently right now they do not line up. So the equal sign is over here. The x is there. We shouldn't have any crossing. Everything should be lined up vertically. So let's do that. What I need to do is I need to get the x to the right side of the equation, so I have y equals something x plus a number. So let's go ahead and move that x over using inverse operations, just like when we were solving for x. This just happens to have two variables. So we get y by itself, because we want to emulate this. We have y equals, right now we have y minus 2x equals, so that's putting a damper on this. Let's get our 2x to the right side. To do that, we need to use our inverse operations. So we're going to add 2x. And we're going to add 2x to both sides. So we're left with y equals. These are going to cancel because you have minus 2x plus 2x. So y plus 0, y minus 0, whatever that is, it's just y left. And now we want mx plus b. So right now I have the x down here and I have the number there. So I'm going to put the x in front. Make sure when you put the x in front, you take the sign that's in front of it. So it's 2x and your positive 2x. Okay, and then you have a positive 12 here, so it's just as well a plus 12. Okay, any questions? Sorry, can't help you out. I'm not there. Okay, here's the next example. We're going to do the same thing. State the slope and the y-intercept for the graph of each equation. And we're going to use back to that y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to use this. We're going to line it up. Everything's already lined up here. If you notice, our equal signs are lined up, our x's are lined up, and then our numbers here over the right are lined up. Our y's are lined up, everything's lined up. So we are just good to go to just use this equation. So again, the slope is the number, is the coefficient of x. It's the number that is in front of the x. So for our slope, our slope m is a negative 3. So m equals a negative 3. And then when you're putting this in on the test, all you're entering in here is a negative 3. You don't have to put the m equals sign with that. You just put negative 3. Okay. And then the y-intercept is the value out here after the x is this. That's the slope, mx plus, the mx plus. And when you're finding the y-intercept, always take the sign that's in front of it. So in this case, it's a negative 4. So b is equal to a negative 4. And again, all you're doing is selecting this part here, the negative 4. You don't have to put the b equals part. Okay. If it's a plus 4, you don't have to put a plus sign in front of the 4. It's insinuated that if it's 4, it's positive. So, however, though, when it is negative, you have to put the negative in. Okay. I'll give you guys just a few seconds there to copy that down. Okay, let's move on. Next part we're going to do, last part here, is we're going to state the x and y-intercepts for the given function. Okay, and then let's go and do a function. Let's do 3x plus 5y equals, let's say 30. So here's our example that we're going to use. Okay, you guys should be almost done writing this down. And if you notice what I'm doing here, if you're done, I'm just starting a new page with the equation and then with the graph. Okay, let's get going. When I am looking for the x-intercept, so I know the value to where the x coordinate is on the, or what coordinate is on the x-axis. So let's use, here's the x-axis. Okay, it's on this line right here. And for wherever this line is, I'm just going to draw a random line, bam. This line is right there, bam. So, wherever it is that this line crosses, in this case it crosses here, that's my x-intercept, that's where it crosses in the x-axis. So for that to occur, the value of y, what's the value of y on this line? Your answer should have been the value of y is 0. So if you take this, copy, paste, and I'm going to put a 0 in for y, because that's what it should be for it to be the x-intercept. Okay, so I have this. When I get this, I reduce it, what is 5 times 0? 5 times 0 is 0. So you're left with 3x plus 0 equals 30. I don't have to put the 0, just take that away. And now I have 3x equals 30. And now I'm just solving an equation for x. So solve for x, I'm going to get x by itself. Here these two things are being multiplied, so I'm going to do inverse operations. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. And your answer is x equals 30 divided by 3. You should hopefully know that it's equal to 10. So, go back to the original equation, state the x and y-intercepts. The x-intercept is 10. Now I want to know what is the y-intercept. So for the y-intercept, that's where this line crosses the y-axis. So let's circle it with blue here. And if I look at what is the value of x when it's on this y-axis, the value of x is 0. Otherwise it's not on the axis. So the value of x has to be 0. So let's go and plug in a 0 for x, see what happens. So instead of an x, I'm going to plug in a 0. And I'm going to solve. And I have 3 times 0 is 0, so it's going to cancel out that entire left side. And then I have a positive sign here, so I just have 5y equals 30. Looks like this. And now I solve for the y. I'm going to get y by itself. These are being multiplied here, so I divide by the 5, divide by 5, 5 divided by 5, those turn into 1s, and you get y equals 6. So the y-intercept back over here is 6. And if I wanted to, I could graph this. X-intercept is 10. So on the x-axis we go over 10, draw a dot. The y-intercept is positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, excuse me there. Draw it there, and then the line of this equation would simply just be the line going from that x-intercept to that x-intercept, and then going on forever through both of them. So it looks like that. Okay, so that is how you find the x and the y intercepts. Hope you had a good time. Please take your notes, keep them, do not throw them away. I want to take a look at these tomorrow when I come back. So have a safe rest of the day and be good for the rest of the period. Thank you.